Alright guys, so here we are today, finally talking about F1 2016. The day has finally come. F1 2016 is being announced to the world. As it stands at the moment, there is no current release date, but that will come in short time, I'm hoping. There are a few things I'm going to talk about which have been revealed by Codemasters today. There's still more left in the pipeline, so there's still plenty more to talk about, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see that news. As soon as it drops live from Codemasters, you'll see a video of it like I am making right now. But today, we're going to focus on the points that I can talk about today, and man, it's been a long time coming. I've wanted to talk about career mode, safety car, all the new different aspects that are coming to this F1 2016 game. So without further adu, let's get this video underway. The first thing I want to talk about is career mode. It's had a massive overhaul over 2015. You can be your own driver now. You can have so much more flexibility in what you can do. The biggest thing about this career mode this year is that it's a real career mode now. You can essentially, you've got a reason to race for more than one season because you've got like this new R&D development it's really quite detailed. You've got to work just about in every practice session to build up your car, work on upgrades. They've got this new practice development program where you essentially have all these different programs that you run in a particular session. So first up, you've got the track acclimatization program. Basically, you've got to hit all the apexes, hit all the spots around a track, and just get within. You've got to be really accurate and get inside the boxes and all that kind of thing. And you get given a score and points based on how you do on the driver acclimatization test. And all these points that you get in these different practice sessions and all these like different tasks you get given, they all add up to your points for your car's R&D path. So it's very important to do these kind of things. You've got I should have this written down, shouldn't I?
A few moments later.
Okay, so the 4 different things that you need to do in every single practice session. Just bear in mind, I don't have any kind of screenshots or anything like this. I'm trying to do this based on memory, so just bear with me. We have track acclimatization, getting used to the track, hitting all the apexes and all that kind of thing. Next, we have a tire wear test, where you're given a 10, 20 lap run. You go out on a set of tires, and you just run them for a full tire stint, and the practice session will be scaled to whatever race length you set for your career mode. So if you're doing a 20% race, you'll now get 20% tire scaling in the practice session where you actually get accurate data based on your tire wear now. So as opposed to the previous games where every single practice session was based off a 100% length race. So you couldn't exactly get an accurate gauge for what your tire wear would be like in the race. So tire wear test is a big thing. You get graphs and all that kind of thing showing, I think it's the lap times and all the kind of drop off that you get over the course of a race stint. And then from there, you build that data and you use that for your race strategy. And also all the data that you build in one race weekend, you can carry that over to season 2 and look at the previous data that you have. So it's really important to do these kind of sessions, not only to improve the to get the points to upgrade your car and all that kind of thing, but you also get data, you get knowledge, and you get used to the game as well. So it's very, very important if you're in a slower car team. So I thought I'd throw that in there, that the importance on doing practice certainly is right up there as a feature for this year's game. So yeah, practice now has purpose. The other practice objective that you have is qualifying pace. Basically, you do a qualifying run on low fuel, you get a gauge for how quick your car is on low fuel, you get a feeling for it, and you also see where your car stands on the sort of ladder of the overall field. So that's pretty important too. You get points for that as well. And then finally, you have these passive objectives, which you can achieve over the course of the practice session while you're doing the other things. Like a passive objective, for example, would be, beat your teammate or qualify or get inside the top 10 in practice or do a certain amount of laps, that kind of thing. That's what those passive objectives are, and it just rewards you for doing, spending more time out on track, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much the practice development program out of the way. Yeah, big emphasis on practice this year and putting things towards R&D upgrades. Yeah, after you can, I think at any point, maybe even in qualifying as well, you can upgrade your car and delegate certain areas that you want to improve your car. So you can go for engine, you can go for aerodynamics, suspension, maybe weight reduction. I can't remember all the things that are things that we can upgrade because I don't have the screenshot, so I can only apologize. So if I do get this information to me, I may have to re-edit this video or whatever and re-record some bits. So this video may be a bit all over the place. It already is, but I thought I'd just give you guys like a video where I just talk and just like not read from a piece of paper or a script or anything like that, because I feel like you guys would get more information, better information, if I just explained it coherently. So moving on from that, we do have the safety car this year. I explained that in a video a couple of months ago from when I did go to Codemasters. So yeah, the safety car is back. They've overhauled the whole safety car period. You can basically have a little bit more control over what you're doing during the safety car period, and it doesn't feel as clunky as it used to in the old safety car periods in the old F1 games, so that's pretty cool. Also, to go with safety car, we have virtual safety cars as well. So normally a virtual safety car is a lot more common to come out in a race. From what I played of F1 2016, you have to stick to the delta. Say you are 4.5 seconds behind the guy in first. You've got to keep that delta to the car in front, and you just got to maintain that gap. I think you've got to stay within 5/10. You'll get like a green bar or a red bar to see, whether you're over or under the delta, and then you'll get a bit of a warning just before the virtual safety car goes out, and then it's off and you're racing again. So sometimes I've had certain instances where virtual safety cars have come out a little bit too often, like one after the other, but I think they've kind of fixed that now with the beta testing that we did back in March. So hopefully the virtual safety car works fairly well. I've got to say from personal experience, driving in the virtual safety car, it was a little bit distracting having to really like look up at the top right hand corner of the screen and see and try and like stick within the delta. I felt like the AI at the time of us driving in March, when the game was very incomplete, yeah, the AI were not very consistent during a virtual safety car period. I was speeding up and slowing down, and it was very distracting. But hopefully, when the game comes out, whatever time this year, it can be a lot more smooth and a lot more enjoyable, I suppose. But being a brand new feature to F1 games, I have a feeling the virtual safety car may be a little bit clunky on release, and hopefully with some patches, it can work really well and seamlessly. Moving on, one thing I didn't touch on career mode, we have a 10-season career mode now. So in F1 2015, you just keep doing season after season, and you just repeat and restart. So now there's actual like progression from season 1 to season 10, and not only do we get to work on our cars and upgrade them and all that kind of thing, but also every other team in the field will upgrade their car. So you'll get to a point maybe in season 10 where everyone has upgraded their cars and everyone will be on a fairly similar performance index, or like have a fairly similar performance, I suppose, if they've been good with their R&D. So just be aware, the back market teams will make bigger inroads with their R&D upgrades compared to Mercedes, who make very, very small increments. They're going to be much higher on the performance index, and they won't have as much time to squeeze out of maybe performance upgrade. It may be like a little 1% kind of thing. Whereas Marussia, for example, or Mana Marussia, will make like a 5% or a 10% like increase in their overall speed. That's how substantial it can be when you're a slower team. So that's kind of the gist that I got from when I was playing the F1 2016 game back in March, like I said. Moving on, I've talked about car upgrades quite a bit. You can also have an avatar and a number selection, so you can choose your own number in career mode as well, so that's awesome. I don't believe you can choose a driver's number who is in the current field. So, for example, my favourite number is number 8. I wanted to choose Romain Grosjean's number. Unfortunately, because of him, I can't choose that, so I'll have to choose a different number. Yeah, you get an avatar, you choose your own picture or whatever, I'm not too sure. I don't have too much information on that at the moment, but also with career mode, you can choose any team right from the start. You can go with Mercedes, try and win the championship, or you can go the other route and start with a back market team and build them all the way to the top and make them one of the fastest teams in F1 and try and challenge for the championship 5, 6, maybe even 7 seasons into your career. I think that would be an absolutely awesome thing to do. And believe me, I am very tempted. I'm almost 90% sure that I'm going to do a back market team for F1 2016 career mode. Apart from that, we have like hospitality areas. We almost have like the live the life feature of the F1 games back, like from F1 2010. Before you start a weekend, you're in the paddock, but you're also like in this team environment. You're like in a team center or whatever it is. You've got your agent, you've got your engineer, and you'll see a few people, like a few recognizable faces. For example, if you're with Mercedes, you'll see Toto Wolff or Paddy Lowe walking past in the hospitality area with you. You may even talk to them at some point. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, you'll see, if you're with different teams, you'll see some recognizable faces. You'll have your engineers, you'll have team members, all that kind of thing, going in and out of the area, and it looks like quite vibrant, and it looks like it's just full of life. So that's pretty awesome. And they're just trying to step up like the overall feel of a race weekend, and really trying to immerse you in the world of Formula One, which they've really replicated quite well so far this year. And I'm really looking forward to showing you guys what that is like when I do career mode later this year. Apart from that, there isn't too much to talk about. We do have an R&D engineer, and also one other feature I can talk about today is we have a time of day editor. So if you've ever played Project Cars, you can set a race or a quick race, time trial, whatever, and you can set the time of day that you want to race in. You can start at 5 a.m, midday. You can almost start like at sunset. I raced at Monaco, for example. I raced at like, I think it was sunset or 5 p.m, 6 p.m or something like that. It was so dark. Like, it was almost like a night race, except the track was not lit up. I could almost barely see where I was going. It was quite that drastic. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the same when F1 2016 drops, but yeah, you can choose any time of day that you want to race in if it's not career mode. I think you can do that in multiplayer as well. It's ultimately going to be down to the host. So that is pretty much all the news that I can give on F1 2016 today. I've let slip of everything that I can today. There's still quite a bit more that I want to talk about, but Codemasters, obviously, this is day one for them. This is day one announcement of the game, and there's still plenty more features that they want to announce in a little timeline on the build up to whenever this game releases. So I'm really excited to announce more with you guys, talk more in depth of my experiences with F1 2016, tell you guys what is going on with this game, because it's going to be an absolute cracker. I can't wait to see what your reaction is in the comments. Just see what your reaction is on Twitter, all that kind of thing. This game is going to be awesome. They've taken the elements of like, they've taken like the best elements of some of their previous games, and they've just built upon what they thought, or what they succeeded on. So really excited for you guys to see what F1 2016 holds. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to see more F1 2016 videos, if you want to see career mode, co-op with friends, all that kind of thing. I don't know if co-op's going to be in the game, to be honest, but we can make it work. Me and Arav, we can do a co-op season just like we did on 2015. Also, follow me on Twitter, and you'll see possibly more discussion about this game between myself and other F1 YouTubers. And if you just want to stay in the know, then I recommend you go follow me on Twitter, because there's still something else that's going to come out today, which I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about. So just follow me on Twitter. You'll see what's going to potentially happen involving this game later today. So once again, thank you for watching. If you want to see any other F1 2016 videos, I uploaded a F1 2016 experience where I went to Codemasters, flew all the way to England, and talked about my overall experience of playing the game, and just went more in depth over the handling model, the AI, all that kind of thing. So I'll leave a link to that video down in the description. There's an experience video, and then there's also a more in-depth video about the safety car and just the overall game itself. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to stop rambling now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until my next one, guys, I'll see you next time.
Push the button
without pulling the door.
Without pulling the door.
Just push it.
It's not opening! Come on, Hulk! It's not opening.
Cody's right there, we can't get out.
Push the button. We're pushing the button, it's not opening.
Didn't leave my stuff there, did I?
Bloody hell.
Autobots, roll out.
F1 2016's in there, lads. It's in there. It's in there.
No.